doing a little drawing here. So there's an interesting little parallel that I've noticed with the notion of artificial intelligence and artwork. Well, artwork being made by artificial intelligence and artwork produced in the past, such as the Renaissance, or ancient Greeks with their idealized form. And the notion of more real than real. You look at a lot of artificial intelligence artwork. Generally speaking, you can, unless the intent behind the creation of the artwork is to illustrate every single solitary detail to imitate reality. Generally speaking, artificial intelligence artwork appears to be more real than real, almost to the point of being an idealized form. When you look at the Renaissance, there was a faction within the artist community, the painters and the sculptors and whatnot, of making artwork that reflected reality. But for the most part, the accepted norm and the accepted fashion for artwork that was in demand during the Renaissance was art that was more real than real. And this required the artist to know every single capacity of the human body, every detail, every muscle, every function to the extent of science at the time and medical knowledge at the time, to whatever part of the human body there was, so that they could know how to idealize those forms in a realistic fashion. It's pretty tough to create an idealized form of something if you don't understand how it works, how it's put together, its basic functions, and its purpose. And to that extent, and it's probably just the limitations of a new technology, there's a kind of a fakeness to artificial artwork, artificial intelligence artwork, that can be seen. A heightened color, the smoothness of the details, the idealization of the hands to where they almost look like cartoon hands. Even though they're done in a realistic way, they're still cartoon hands. And artificial intelligence, in order to create an idealized form that's convincing, not in a superficial way, but convincing down to the bones of whatever it is that it's creating, has to understand everything about that thing. Salvador Dali, there's a quote, I don't remember exactly what it is, but basically he said, in order for you to properly break the rules, you have to know the rules, inside and out. And so, in order to convincingly distort reality, you have to know reality quite well. And for that, if the foundation of an idealized form isn't understood properly, then then the idealized form basically is a cartoon. Just an exaggeration. And not really an idealized form. There are centuries of artists who spent their time, sculptors and painters, who spent their time examining anatomy, bones, muscle groups, the skeleton. And these days, there's very, very few that go that extent in their discipline. I don't, that's for sure. To understand the form enough to idealize it. But then again, idealized forms, that's something that is not in fashion anymore anyway.